Oh yes, my people, this one no be small thing, no. This one are the final exposure of the North. The main issue, the main buying of people, and the cause of all those things. And now people, they come out, they talk the main truth. This man where they see, this our activist and also a pastor who explained everything concerning wetin dey happen for the North and for the whole Nigeria. Already when they come, they go claim say they don't know what dey happen. They know everything wey dey happen, every corner around. But wetin dey there be say the leaders of this country wey claim say they be leaders, all of them they be evil people, and na them God will judge them one by one. In fact, no skip any part of this video. Try to watch it to the end, and you go hear and you go see how the evil men and how they use to do their operation. Whenever they want to operate, they would cause one thing or the other to confuse the masses, so that may they claim say na this person they do am, for them to just carry their agenda, their plan. That is very, very shocking. Very, very shocking. And the main reason why the North, all of them, the Islamic people, all those people, the main reason why we make them the claim say US no go enter Nigeria, now because of they use all those things for their money. They use all those things to make gain. But how come somebody we get brain, we get sense, go come out, he go dey buy people for him to just make profits, for him to just make money, for him to just claim say they fight for God? Which God be that? We no even understand. Person go wake up, you go say they fight for a God. If your God get power, now your God is supposed to fight for you, no be you supposed to fight for your God, because now God they fight for the people where they worship him. So now be the importance of say humanity they worship God. In fact, no skip. As you want watch, like, subscribe, and share the video to go around, make it reach every corner, everywhere. And I would like to hear your comments down below.
Buba Galadima don't finally expose the North. Finally expose the North and beg Jonathan for forgiveness. I will allow you people to watch the video. I have told you people time without number that the greatest mistake for the Northerners to do is to kick Jonathan out of government in 2015, thinking that Buhari is going to be the Messiah. But the mess Buhari government caused is what we are facing today. Go and check it. The mess Buhari government caused is what we are facing today. And I keep saying it that those men who work under Buhari, life, they should face trial. Somebody like Amechi who is running and he want to become president of Nigeria, it's part of a Buhari government. I will allow you people to watch the video. As you watch this video, share this video. I've told you people time without number that the best thing for this country is to divide the country. If you think that somebody is coming here, Atiku is coming, you are wasting your time. Atiku has no solution to Nigeria problem. Obi have no solution to Nigeria problem. Tinubu, this crap and rump man, has no solution to Nigeria problem. The only solution to Nigeria problem is to divide the country, let everybody go. Kanu is being persecuted just because he stands for the truth. Omotosho do all his available means. He saw the truth, but he ignored it. Just because of anything knows to him. Everything Kanu have said concerning Nigeria, tell me one that have not come to pass. Is Nigeria not bleeding? Are the terrorists now not even threatening to kidnap the president of Nigeria? Are they not on TikTok doing live video? Yesterday it was reported that in Rivers State almost 20 people gone down because they came in a particular village. They have surrounded everywhere. In Kogi State now they are even use chemical to chase out people to kidnap people. What else do you need to believe? That everything Kanu has been said is true, that Kanu is a prophet. Just imagine like somebody like Shehu Gumi is saying that he will champion for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. I will allow you people to watch the video. If Kanu show romance to drop a Biafra agitation, this is the type of country we find ourselves. Gumi that they are accusing, community are accusing that some community are accusing Gumi that they pay Gumi 800,000 to negotiate with bandits or to feed their victim. Gumi never show up. Gumi is the one telling federal government to negotiate with terrorists in Nigeria, to give amnesty to terrorists. The Nigerian government cannot defeat these boys. These boys are well prepared. Who prepared them? Who give them the weapon? Gumi, that DSS is supposed to pick to be under the counter. I don't know how powerful, how influential, who make him influential, who make him powerful. That the president of Nigeria, that everybody is scared of Gumi. Gumi is causing more harm in Nigeria and nobody is talking about it. Shehu Gumi have turned himself to viper to devour Nigerians. And the senators are not doing anything about this thing. You can see Northern senators are telling you, oh, we know where they are. We know what they want. You know what they want. What did they want, for crying out loud? They are busy moving from one place to another to kidnap children from school. Is it that they don't want Western educations? All they want is Arabic. These ones that have studied Arabic, where has Arabic took them to? It's part of what Jonathan came to deliver them from the north. But they look at Jonathan, they drove Jonathan away. Jonathan was busy building schools for them to Abado Arima Jari school they are going, which have brought poverty, setback, limitation to the north. This is the reason I told you that, and the man who brought us together to be one in Nigeria, Flora and Lugard used Nigeria to do boyfriend and girlfriend. We are not made to be one Nigeria. It is obvious and it's glaring. And it is never too late to allow everybody to go. The Bible says if the foundation is being destroyed, what can the righteous do? The righteous have to destroy the foundation and rebuild the foundation. There is nothing way about it. If you give us 100 years from now henceforth, the case will get worse. So the best thing is to divide the country. I'm glad that yesterday now, that Tinubu government is beginning to make a bold step, where we saw the Southern governors, they came together in Ogun State. Meeting was held, discussion went away. That as a matter of urgency, we need to do the needful. A particular people cannot be set themselves to be setting us upward. Guess what? In all of this rascality that is going on, where are the elite of the north, the politicians, the emirs, the imams, their celebrity, have they ever condemned this thing that is going on in the north? Islamic religion is a peaceful religion, but these people from the north have turned Islamic to a war religion, which is never. Because we have Muslims in the south. They do their religion peacefully. Nobody force anybody to come and join religion. They don't force anybody to come and serve their God. It's willingly. But over there they know, because they have allowed Sharia law to cripple their memory. Sharia law to brainwash them. They want to turn themselves to Afghanistan, Yemen, Syria of this world. Go and check this country. They are nowhere to find in terms of development. That's why I told you people that I'm not a Muslim, but Islam is not a religious a war religion. Go and see Saudi Arabia. They are Muslim. They are doing well. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. These are Islamic countries that they have gone far in terms of tax. You hardly hear anything killing, war in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Dubai. But the set of people who have decided to copy the wrong ones, who are using Sharia to destroy themselves, they are the ones causing violence in Nigeria. Now look as if Islam is the problem Nigeria is facing. It's never the problem. Obasanjo. I blame Obasanjo, Olusegun Obasanjo Aremu, for allowing Sharia law to take place in Nigeria. That is where the genesis of our problem. Sharia law has caused a lot of problem to Nigeria. And that's why I want the Southerner Muslim to reject it by every available means when they were trying to impose Sharia law on the Southerner Muslim. The Sharia law they are using in the north, what benefit has it given to them? The answer is no, he has not given them any benefit. No benefit. So why are you introducing what has not benefited you to us? Life is all about choice. You claim alcohol is a sin according to Sharia law. These things, even the Bible did not accept it's a sin. But you cannot stop people who want to do it. Life is a choice, for crying out loud. But the same set of people that will come out from this, the same thing, they will have a share from it. Why are we deceiving ourselves? Watch the video how Baba Galadima finally apologized to Jonathan that he never knew that Jonathan should forgive. Watch this video even as you continue watching. Share this video and subscribe to this channel.
Me that speak to you seated here was one of the greatest critics of Jonathan's presidency and the way at that time he handled matters. I didn't know that God will disgrace me to show me that Jonathan was even a saint and a better administrator than those that follow him. First, me that speak to you seated here was one of the greatest critics of Jonathan's presidency and the way at that time he handled matters. I didn't know that God will disgrace me to show me that Jonathan was even a saint and a better administrator than those that follow him. First, me that speak to you seated here was one of
1992-93 in Kaduna. A riot broke out which they call the Zango Kataf riot. I was a young boy, very, very young then, and people were killed in scores. If you are not an Afsa person practicing Muslim in Islam, they were killed. Especially if you are from the southern part of Kaduna, the tribes from the southern part of Kaduna, they were massacred. It was called the Zango Kataf riot. And if the next thing they do is to burn churches, kill Christians, and then if they are done with that, then they focus on businesses that is for Igbo people, Igbo owned businesses, and they destroyed it. I grew up knowing that Christians are an endangered species in Nigeria. In the year 2000, when the Sharia riot, how many of you have heard of the Sharia riot? Hundreds of thousands of people were killed in Kaduna. I can remember vividly that we had to defend our house from people. They brought some Fulani boys and they faced our house. They were shooting arrows. They were stoning our zinc. They spot our zinc shooting arrows. Even though I was a Muslim then, even though my father was a Muslim then, but because majority of the people in our compound were Christians, so they were willing to destroy every one of us because we're living with Christians. I can remember a particular church in Mando, for those that know Mando, in Kaduna, called Chapel of Redemption. That church was destroyed. And so from that time, anytime there's a little hanky-panky in Nigeria, the first target is churches and Christians. And this has prevailed for a long time. That even if there's a problem with in another country, the Muslim and the Hausas in Nigeria will rise up and begin to kill Christians. How many of you remember the Miss World crisis in 2002, 2001, 2002? That somebody drew a picture of Muhammad or something in France, long away in France, and they began to fight in Nigeria. Are you following me? Christians are endangered species. Now let me give you, and that's how it has continued. Scores have been killed, and they focus on regions where there is a mixture of both Christianity and Islam. If you look at states like Kaduna, state like Plateau State, state like Nasarawa, state like Taraba, state like Benue, state like Bauchi, state like Gombe, state like Borno. These are places where they focus on because they intend to eliminate every living Christian in that place. Anybody that debauches it is a total lie, because I have grown and lived in the north. I've spent 80 to 80% of my life in the north, so I understand this thing. Several times, I cannot forget the Sharia riot. We were running for our lives. Even though we were Muslims, but we're still running, because as far as you are not of that ethnic group, practicing what they practice, you are a victim. You can be burnt alive. Many of us saw human beings that were burnt alive, like roasted like yam. And it has been going on for a long time. The genocide against the Christian faith. Are you with me? Many years ago, in Kano State, a man was beheaded. And anything they talk about, he said blasphemy. And guess who was the person that led it? The man called Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, was the one that led him up. And they beheaded him, they killed the Igbo man. They killed him and they put his head on a stake and they were using it to parade the city. You will understand of a woman also that is an evangelist. Evangelist Eunice that was preaching about 2016 or 18 in Abuja. And they killed her. We cannot talk about a young girl called Deborah Samuel that was killed. I schooled in Jos, and for years, the people of Plateau have been massacred. Riot breaking out every single time. The world that the moment anything happens, the next people that are victims are Christians. And it is unfortunate that all these years the government have not been able to do anything about it. But the agenda is deep. Are you with me this morning? Why am I saying? Because I don't want us to be an ignorant people. If we are ignorant people, they will control the narrative. And this days, let me tell you this truth. God will not come and fight for you. Remove that thing from your mind. If Christians don't rise up, pray from that to tomorrow. God is not coming to fight for you. Are you with me? Now, in the year 2009, Boko Haram started. Boko Haram started because of a section. It was a political movement. They created Boko Haram as a political talks to bring confusion into the government of Goodluck Jonathan, and to be able to destroy any opposition, starting from Borno State, under the watch of a man called Kashim Shettima, which is now the vice president of Nigeria. Kashim Shettima and the other man, Ali Mohammed Sharif. These were the people that started the business of Boko Haram as a political talks to be able to oppose their opponents. But after a time, the ideology grew and they began to destroy. Now, it became a problem and they began to use it to destroy, bombing here and there. In 2009, 2010. As of 2010, a man led a meeting in Jos. Are you with me? He led a meeting that they were going to annihilate Christians within the locality of Plateau, Borno, Plateau, Bauchi, Kaduna, and Nasarawa. And he said they are going to perform jihad. They will bring jihad and they will go to Peter. If the Islamic leaders are not willing to lead them, he is ready to lead the movement. I have the minute of that meeting in my phone presently. Guess who is that person? Issa Pantami, that was the former minister of communication under Buhari's regime. And several times, these are people that are terrorist sympathizers. And that is why the Nigerian army have not been able to win the war against the terrorism. Because people have, the terrorists have infiltrated the Nigerian ranks, the army ranks, so they cannot win the war. That said, Osama bin Laden was a better Muslim than he is. He was sad when Osama bin Laden was killed. And he has said it several times that Boko Haram should not be killed. He said they are their Muslim brothers. How do you win a war against terrorism when there are people high in government that are sympathizers to terrorism? How do you win that war? Now, there are 4 categories of insecurity or people that are causing insecurity. Number 1, you have Boko Haram. Number 2, you have bandits. Number 3, you have Fulani herdsmen. Now I'm going to show you how they are connected. Many people don't know. The Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen have one mission. The mission is simple: Islamize Nigeria. Come to a territory that are Christian dominated, kill everybody there, occupy their land. Go to Benue, look for a community, kill them there, occupy their land. That's always me. Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen. Have you noticed that Fulani herdsmen they don't kidnap, they kill? There's hardly a place you hear that Fulani herdsmen capture that they say these are Fulani herdsmen. No, when they go, they kill. How do they kill? They kill with guns. You must now ask yourself, how does a Fulani man get AK-47? Do you know the cost of one AK-47? One AK-47 is over $1,000 something. Where will a Fulani man be able to obtain to get one AK-47? Are you with me? And now, so you will know that there are people that are sponsoring this movement. Then the Boko Haram and the Fulani, they go about Christian-dominated areas. You will understand that when this terrorism started in Nigeria, that only people that were killed were Christian churches. You will not hear that they kill anyone. It is Christians and churches. I remember in Kaduna then that churches began to look for security men to guide their churches in every service day. Otherwise, you can be in church and the next is boom, everybody dies. And churches that don't have money to hire soldiers began to use some of their members. I was a member of the security team in my church in Deeper Life in Kaduna in 2010. Because we don't stay in the church. Once I come to the church in the morning, we stay outside, moving around patrolling, because anybody can come and drop anything. So when Boko Haram started, the majority of Muslims, the Hausa, Northern Muslims, the Hausa, they were happy. I know of people that were celebrating it. If you see them crying today, I'll tell you why. At the initial beginning of this thing, they were happy celebrating the killings of Christians. They said they are purging Nigeria of RNA. It was majority of Christians and Christian-dominated areas. But when it comes to 2014, the man Buhari and APC that wanted to overthrow the government of Jonathan, by all means, decided to employ mercenaries from Niger, from Chad, from all those Fulani, from other African nations where they're Fulani, and they brought them into Nigeria. What was the goal? The goal was that if Jonathan does not concede defeat in the election, they will go to rain hell on Nigeria. So they brought in these mercenaries and they equipped them with rifle, the El-Rufais, the Buharis. Are you with me? The El-Rufais, the Buharis. Every one of these people called APC, they brought in mercenaries and armed them in the bushes and told them to wait. The moment Goodluck Jonathan did not concede defeat in the election, they were going to start. But unfortunately for them, Goodluck knew of the assignment. He got intel about it, and because the man said his ambition does not worth the blood of millions. So the man conceded defeat and left. And so they declared APC winner. Now, you have already brought people from different parts to come and fight. But what they wanted to come and fight for did not achieve anymore. So now they left those people in the bush. They left them with guns and ammunition in the bush. And when Buhari became the president, he abandoned them. Instead of them to settle them and let them go back, they abandoned them. And the people saw Nigeria as a place that is good. And the people decided to remain in Nigeria. Those are the people that started bandits. Before, we don't have anything like bandits. Banditry started under the watch of APC, under Buhari, because they were the ones that brought them in. Kidnapping, because they needed to survive. So they started by kidnapping. And they started by kidnapping. And they started by kidnapping. And they started by kidnapping. Over time, now, you understand that there are certain parts of this nation where there are mineral resources. Don't be an ignorant Christian. Follow me. Don't be an ignorant Christian. Don't be in a nation where you don't have understanding of what is happening. Now, there are some parts of Nigeria where there are good resources. And so, and this is have been illegally mined by elites, the military generals, the oligarchs, the people that are the leadership of the North. They were mining these resources, and the money does not go into the federal government account. So what they do is that they employ the services of this banditry to create two things. Number one, to create diversion. So when you go to Zamfara, that's why you hear that they say there is killing in Zamfara now. It's because of the illegal gold mine. There is gold in Zamfara that they are mining. And so these bandits that are already in the bush, some people collaborate with them, partnered with them, and told them to see, keep creating confusion, create chaos. When you keep creating chaos, the Nigerian state and the people of Nigeria will not be able to focus on the illegal mining. They will be concerned about the insecurity. So the insecurity is created as a means of diversion in the north.